What's going on, everyone? First of all, I want to thank everyone that's been watching some of my reaction videos to Eminem and all that. Wasn't sure how you guys were going to dig them because I have a tendency to sometimes over-explain or really get into a topic, and I can spend a lot of time on it. And I know people like 2 to 5 minute videos, but it's just not, I can't do that. I like to talk about it, especially when it's something that I'm really passionate about, like hip-hop. But today I thought I would do something non-Eminem. I did Redman. And I'm going to do that. I'll do the stuff that you guys want, but I'm also going to do some of the artists and songs that I really think are still holding hip-hop up, if you will, the style of hip-hop I grew up on. And y'all don't have to dig it. You know, I understand it's a generational thing. All I want to do is be able to say, you know, if you like Eminem and the lyricism, or you like a certain style rapper or beat that I can dig, that I dig, I'll show you some stuff that either I grew up on or stuff that I listen to that maybe isn't as mainstream or widely known as some of the other stuff. So today we're going to get into some Apathy. Apathy. I've mentioned before some of the artists that I listen to that I think are still doing the kind of hip-hop that I love. So this cat we're going to listen to has been doing music since the late 90s. I've been a fan since I first heard him. The first song I heard of his was called That Old Boom Bap. It was just a song about growing up on hip-hop, and if you haven't heard it, check it out, specifically the remix to it. It's fantastic. A lot of references that you younger cats may not get, but for, you know, people of my generation, there's a lot you'll get reference-wise in there. But some of my favorite albums that have been released in the last decade have come from Apathy.
Radio ain't a factor to a radioactive rapper. I send your soul shooting through the sky like the rapture. I could put racks on the fact that to that mountain top. I don't even know how to stop coming down with those 10 commandments. Write a verse and then the pen over.
He even did an album with OC. Like, I mean, that's pretty dope, right? He grew up listening to OC and he gets to do a whole album with him. I mean, it's a dope album, so you need to check that one out, called Perestroika. But today he released a new single called Knuckle Sandwich, Apathy, Knuckle Sandwich, produced by Vanderslice, and it's like Apathy just a few months ago released The Widow's Son, an album, and this song is not on that, so I don't know if this is a project, the lead single to a project, or if it's just something they did and put out there. But it's another one of those songs that's just an MC showing his technical abilities with bars for you know, the duration of the song. So without further ado, let's get into it. Again, I appreciate everyone in the comments and all that. This is not, I never in a million years would have thought that, you know, you guys would have dug this. Just some old dude blabbering on about his love for hip-hop and trying to draw comparisons and whatnot, but I appreciate it like hell, and I'll keep doing it as long as you guys keep putting up with my my bearded face. So anyway, here we go. Let's get into some Apathy, called Knuckle Sandwich.
I crash landed like a cosmonaut on a planet that God forgot. All these pop rappers making records have gotta stop.
I mean, come on. The opening lines. I crash landed like a cosmonaut on a planet that God forgot. Come on. How much more of a descriptive opening line do you need to see that this guy can tell? He can paint a picture. You know, the song is his canvas, baby, and he's going to do what he needs to do. And with everything that's been going on with, like, Eminem recently, going off after MGK and Iggy and, you know, whoever you want, the second bar, all these pop records making records have got to stop. All these pop rappers making records have got to stop. Basically what Eminem's been attacking, right? Saying the exact same thing. And actually, Apathy's been saying it for a couple of years, because he had one song a couple of years ago that said rap is not pop. Check it out. Let's keep it going.
Rocking like a Mackinac and knocking down the gods who jock, shutting down the block like I'm SWAT when the cop is shot. Drop a giant quicker than Goliath with slingshots. My rings on my watch, got a stash box and Gringotts. Ancient raps written on scrolls with the ink blocks. City pics in the inbox, pretty bitch with the pink socks. Pretty sick with the hip hop, insidious with the shit talk. And would teach on the beach.
Like, that's dope. Like, remember what I've said about the MC's job is just to be like, I'm dope and this is why. and I'm better than you or whoever, and this is why. That line, pretty sick with the hip-hop, insidious with the shit talk. It's an MC's job, man, is to shit talk, and he's insidious with it. Like, oh, like goosebumps from this kind of shit. Let's go.
On the beat, soon as the ship docks, flintlock pistols that pop when you click plots. I'll leave a blood puddle so large that I can skip rocks. You chip jack my thick cock, evil is out for Hitchcock. Fuck her on your bed, then I have her order me pink dot. I pimp a lot of ladies and I pimp a lot of sluts, but lately it's the latter. It don't really matter much. Got these rappers mad as fuck that they math isn't adding up. Cause rappers up to something, summoning demons to snatch them up. I'm savage as fuck. Every single Sabbath I give up in a fit of rage. I spit a page of raps I construct.
There's just something about an MC who just writes a song that, you know, is quote-unquote ignorance. You know, Vinny Paz has said that before, like, you know, he can write an ignorance rap in no time. And for me, when I hear that from an MC, it's usually because they're angry about something. Something has ticked them off and they need to remind people who they are, right? So when you hear lines like, got these rappers mad as fuck that their math isn't adding up, because App is up to something, summoning demons to snatch them up. I'm savage as fuck. Every single Sabbath I erupt. Like, come on, man. There's just so much going on in those words. And it's anger, it's ferocity, it's challenging. It's like challenging to other rappers. It's putting it out there that you guys aren't on the same level as the people like App and whoever that really step up their game lyrically. You know, this is not something a mumble rapper is ever going to write. Ever. I don't even think they'd be able to comprehend it. I think they wouldn't even hear all the words. You know, when people say, oh, I don't listen to rap because I can't understand it. Prime candidate to be a mumble rapper right there. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
The altar the earth, place you on the altar like a ritual. Spit despicable scripts that'll leave your condition critical. Any individual. Like,
seriously, okay, I know I'm stopping, but to alter the earth, place you on the altar like a ritual. Spit despicable scripts that'll leave your condition critical. To be able to tie stuff in together like that, a thought, into a theme, a thematic couple bars, is a skill. It's not something that everyone can do, and the greats can do it. The greats can do it.
Is inadmissible. You little bitch, you bit on my middle finger dismisses you. Missile guided by digital pixels in my eyelid. Half physical, half metal assembled as a hybrid like Robocop. I make the most gas rappers motor stop. You never told a Glock, you totally Photoshop. Photograph memory, never forget.
Let's roll that back, okay? Half physical, half metal, assembled as a hybrid like Robocop. I make the most gas rappers motors stop. I mean, it's just, this is the kind of wordplay that people like me, the reason we fell in love with hip-hop, right, is just being able to take something that should mean one thing, but flipping it on its axis. And usually it's about, you know, demeaning you as an example, like you're so bad, like this. It's like Family Guy when they're, this is worse than that time. That's so much to have. App's doing the exact same thing. Dope rappers do the exact same thing. It's an art form in itself, and it's one that isn't as prevalent today in the mainstream music, which is too bad. It really is too bad. And then, you know, you never tote a Glock. You're totally Photoshop. You know, talking all this tough guy bullshit about your guns and whatnot, but you're Photoshop. And everyone knows, like, oh, that's Photoshop. So he's basically calling you a fake fuck. I love that shit, man. That's fantastic.
So I kill their family members every century. Centipede speed, all you smell is the scent of weed. Never leave, witnesses freed. I just let them bleed. Believe me, I'm beastly. You'll beg for a peace treaty. I'm 5 stars in GTA when police see me. And I'm the reason why your bitch got a bad back. And why the studios got a policy with Affleck.
So again, the MC job. I'm better than you, and this is why. And an MC will demean anybody. There's no safe, you know what I mean? So when he says, I'm the reason why your bitch got a bad back and why the studio's got a policy with Affleck. You weren't doing it for your wife or your girlfriend, so I took care of it. And I'm the reason that your studio can't get any kind of insurance. because I'm going in and I'm stomping all y'all. You know what I mean? Like, love it. And this is just another one of those songs where dude goes off, reminding everybody, hey, there is lyricism. You know what I mean?
But that is toxic. Got me rocking the gas mask. Abs back. Coming in your baby mama's ass crack. A class act, the clash with the whack. Cash and stacks, body bag, bars, casket raps. Cats collapse when they feel the spinal column just snap. Snatch your soul through the hole in the back of your snapback. Blacking out, fucking spazzing. Imagine me when I'm angry, ravaging ladies with sage like a dragon with rabies.
Come on, man. Like, all those bars. Cash and stacks, body bag, bars, casket wraps. Oh my God, man. This dude's bodying anyone who wants it. This is what we want. This is dope MCing right here. This is it. And then, you know, snatch your soul through the hole in the back of your snapback. Come on, man. This dude's so precise. You can literally suck the soul right out of that little tiny hole in the back of your head. Back of your hat, but your head, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. And then he says, blacking out, effing spazzing out, imagine me when I'm angry. No. You know, no. If this is just you, like, frustrated and you're writing some bars over a sick beat, then, oh my God.
I call Jack a Mercedes and drive it back to the 80s when that was a baby to find out why I'm acting so crazy. Actually, the most accurate way you'd have to portray me is out selling Fuji's to score and score a flick for Scorsese.
Actually, the most accurate way you'd have to portray me is outselling Fuji's the score and score a flick for Scorsese. So basically he's saying, like, I'm doing so much that I'm outselling the Fuji's, and when I'm doing that, I'm out there scoring a flick for Scorsese. Like, come on, man. This is just dope. And I think that was the end of this. Yeah. Dope beat. Dope beat. Just that boom bap hip hop, you know what I mean? This is one of those songs you put on your workout tape, you know what I mean? Or if you know that there's about to be some drama, you know what I mean? You put that playlist, you know, that makes you get your teeth grinding. This is one of those songs, you know what I mean? Right away I noticed on the picture for the album, there's a D. I would love to see how many comments App has got about that. I bet you people think it's D12. It would be really funny. It's not, it's Demigodz. The Demigodz have been around basically since App started his thing back in the day in like 90, I want to say 97, 98. And, you know, Demigodz, if you want to go to school on App, go back and listen to Demigodz. It's him, self-titled, Ryu, Rise. There's a few other cats that have come and gone, open mic. All dope lyricists. Dope lyricists. And they were collectively known as the Demigodz. And, you know, they have an EP out, Signed to the Bum Rush Part 2. I recommend anyone check out. You know, just for self-titled bars alone, if you're just curious. You know, yeah, these are the type of MCs that are always putting in work and doing whatever they have to improve themselves in the craft of hip-hop. You know what I mean? It's so nice to hear that there's still MCs out there that are constantly pushing themselves to be the best at what they do, right? To earn that MC title. This is a dope track. I hope this is a lead up for an album between him and Vanderslice, because if this is what Vanderslice is producing beat wise, I'm in. Take my money. You know, here you go. Give it to me. I've got every one of App's CDs, Demigodz, even, you know, all the Army of Pharaohs, some of his older stuff. I'm just a fan of lyricists, and he's upper echelon lyricist, you know what I mean? He takes it to another level. Never gonna do a pop crossover, none of that, you know. I think he probably had the opportunity because he was signed to Atlantic, and, you know, everyone was waiting for the album, and all of a sudden releases a song called Fuck You, and it was aimed at Atlantic, you know, and he basically addresses it like, you know, I'm not going to be doing these club anthems, that's not who I am. So dope track. And when I hear songs like this, it makes me, you know, it reminds me that there's still so much dope hip hop out there. It's just not where you used to hear it. You've got to, you know, it's, I won't say it's harder to find because you're connected to everything now. You just got to look in the different circles, different spots. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a dope song. I love it sounded like some horns going on in there with the breakbeat, and just letting an MC go off for 2.5 minutes. I'm in. You've got my money, man. You know what I mean? The only way that song could have been better is if they had like a primo, or the only way that song could have been better is if they had a primo or someone in there cutting up at the end or the opening. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I would say. But App is a legend. You know, some people in the comments may not agree with me, but for hip hop heads like me, you know, the dude he's got the respect of the greats, like OC, like Pharoah Monch, like DJ Premier, you know, like Pete Rock. You know, go listen to The Widow's Son, you know, and you'll see just this guy's status within the community of people that he grew up listening to. They don't go and do a record with someone just because they're going to pay him. There has to be some respect or some admiration there. Otherwise, that record's never going to get made. And this is a dope record. And this is another example of lyricism, you know, at its best. And it's dope. I really dig this stuff. I really, really do. So anyway, thank y'all for listening. And, you know, I kept it under 40 minutes, so that's good. And Apathy, you can check it out. Check him out on Twitter, and get his stuff on iTunes and all that, or go to your local store, record store, and go to your local record store and find something there, or go to your local record store, and if you can't do that, you can find the physical copies at like Fat Beats and all that. But check it out, dope hip hop, man. Like, this is what we want, you know what I mean? So anyway, peace, one love, thanks for everything. Keep those comments and subscriptions, but also your requests coming, because I'm going to do my best to honor all of them, while also throwing some new stuff at you guys that maybe you missed. So one love, thanks a lot.